The first time Daniel saw the apartment, he knew something was wrong. It wasn't the peeling wallpaper or the flickering hallway light. It wasn't even the strange smell of dust and something older, something forgotten. It was the silence, not the normal kind, not the peaceful kind. This silence felt like it was listening. Daniel had just moved to the city. He needed something cheap, and this apartment was cheaper than anything else. The landlord barely asked questions. He just handed Daniel the key and said one thing: "Don't stay up too late." Daniel laughed, assuming it was a joke. He would later realize it wasn't. The first night was normal. Daniel unpacked his clothes, set up his laptop, and ordered food. The apartment was small, but comfortable enough. There was a bedroom, a bathroom, and a narrow hallway leading to the living room. At exactly 2:13 a.m., Daniel woke up. He didn't know why. He just opened his eyes. The room was dark. His phone screen was off. Everything was still. Then he heard it. A soft sound from the hallway. A footstep. Daniel froze. He listened carefully. Maybe it was the neighbors. Maybe the building was old. Another step. Slow, deliberate. Right outside his bedroom door. Daniel's heart began to race. He sat up in bed and stared at the door. The sound stopped. He waited. Nothing. After a few minutes, he laughed nervously and lay back down. "It's nothing," he whispered to himself. But deep down, he wasn't convinced. The next morning, everything seemed normal. Daniel checked the apartment. The door was locked. The windows were closed. Nothing was missing. He told himself it was just his imagination. That night, he stayed up later than usual, watching videos on his laptop. At exactly 2:13 a.m., the lights flickered. Daniel looked up. His laptop screen went black for a second, then returned. And then, he heard it again. Footsteps, this time louder, walking down the hallway. Daniel stood up slowly. "Hello?" he called out. No answer. He stepped into the hallway. It was empty, but the air felt cold. Too cold. He walked to the living room and stopped. Something was different. The chair near the window had moved. Daniel was sure he hadn't moved it. He stared at it for a long time. Then behind him, a footstep. Inside the hallway. Daniel spun around. Nothing. His breathing became heavy. He went back to his bedroom and locked the door. He didn't sleep that night. Over the next few days, things got worse. Objects moved slightly when he wasn't looking. The bathroom light turned on by itself. Sometimes he heard breathing. Not his own. Something else. Watching him. Waiting. Daniel started recording the apartment with his phone at night. He wanted proof. He wanted to prove he wasn't losing his mind. On the fourth night, he got it. At exactly 2:13 a.m., the video showed Daniel sleeping in his bed. Then, the bedroom door slowly opened. Daniel stopped breathing as he watched the footage. He lived alone. No one else had a key. But in the video, something moved in the darkness. A shape. Tall, thin, standing in the doorway, watching him sleep. Daniel dropped the phone. His hands were shaking. He replayed the video. The shape didn't move. It just stood there, watching. That night, Daniel decided he wouldn't sleep. He sat on his bed, staring at the door, waiting. Hours passed. Nothing happened. Daniel checked his phone. 2:12 a.m. His heart began to pound. Then, the handle moved, slowly, quietly. Daniel couldn't breathe. The door creaked open. The hallway was dark, but he saw it. A figure, standing there. It looked like him. Same height, same shape, same face. But its eyes were empty, and it was smiling. Daniel couldn't move. The thing stepped closer. Its movements were wrong, unnatural, like it was learning how to walk. It opened its mouth and spoke with Daniel's voice. "You're in my place." Daniel finally found the strength to move. He ran, past the thing, out the front door, into the hallway. He didn't stop running. The next morning, Daniel returned with the landlord. The apartment was empty. No sign of anything strange. The landlord looked at him carefully. "You saw it, didn't you?" he said quietly. Daniel didn't answer. The landlord sighed. "You're not the first." Daniel felt cold. "What do you mean?" The landlord hesitated. "Everyone who lives here sees themselves." Daniel's stomach dropped. "And where are they now?" Daniel asked. The landlord didn't answer. He just handed Daniel his deposit and locked the apartment door. Months later, a new tenant moved in, a young woman, looking for something cheap. The landlord gave her the key and said one thing: "Don't stay up too late." That night, at exactly 2:13 a.m., she woke up and heard footsteps coming from the hallway.